Good morning, guys. How is everyone doing? Oh, I'm sitting at my table in my kitchen. All right, I think that's good, right? Let me get these comments up for y'all. I have not untwisted my hair, so y'all bear with me. Let's see. I had to do a little makeshift something something, y'all, because normally I am shooting in my little shooting room. Hang on one moment. I do apologize, y'all. I'm working on getting it together. I'm working on it. Why is it taking me so long to bring y'all's comments up? How is everyone doing anyway while I get situated? I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I had to get me some coffee and some breakfast, and I want to come on and chat. I got a couple of topics that I would like to chat with you guys about. See what y'all's thoughts are. It's Sunday. I'm at home. I don't have to work. I'm super excited about that. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all here. Okay. Well, good morning, Miss Full Brother, Green Organic Love, commentary with LaTu, Primping Ain't Easy, Scratching Queen, Just Bambi. I think I said Shawana's Creative Circle. And I believe, oh, Angels E and V. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Y'all, I'm trying something different today. Excuse my background, but I'm sitting at my kitchen table where I was just cleaning up and trying to hook me and my husband up something to eat real quick. Why in the world? Hold on, y'all. These comments done froze up on me. I had to shampoo and twist my hair. I ain't took these twists down yet. And I'm not even tripping. I wanted to come on and just chat with y'all just the way I am. Oh, thank you, Miss Fool Roller. Now let me see. I'm in the live chat. Can you all hear me okay? And is the sound okay? Let me wait and see. Hey, Mrs. Miles, so y'all can hear me all right? Somebody please hit me up with a thumbs up to let me know that y'all can hear me okay. I'm talking in the headphones because it just seems to come out clearer. Okay, great. Thank you, commentary. I'm letting y'all see me in all my craziness and all my elemente. Looking at my notes. All right, y'all. Well, for those of you who it may be your first time coming, which it looks like I only see one of you, I thank you for being here. I am Pandi of Pandi's Hair Candy and More. I am doing something different today. It is rare that I get to sit down on a Sunday morning at my kitchen table and just talk to you all in all of this naturalness, no makeup, nothing. I'm going to be sitting down just chopping it up with you guys as I have my breakfast and my coffee. I want to just cover the week's trending topics, guys. We have had quite a week, okay? And things that are going on. Thank you very much, Green Organic. I'm trying. I am trying. It's growing out. I've been slowly chopping it off, so it's getting there. So thank you. I want to discuss trending topics, guys, and I got a few key points that I want to touch on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just share with you guys the things that are currently trending, and I want for you guys to feel free to chime in. Hey, the portal. Thank you for being here and welcome. I'm gonna just give you guys some trending topics that are currently like major headlines right now, and I want you guys to feel free to chime in. This is gonna be kind of like an open chat, and let's just talk about some things. So, some of the key things that I've been watching on the news, and it's so crazy because when you become a YouTuber, I don't know about y'all, but for me, I'm a person that likes to sit and watch the news and see what's going on around me. But lately, I haven't been able to look at the news much lately because I'm always on YouTube. Hey, good, Mobile Diaries, thank you for being here, Miss Terrell. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you guys have forgot, please make sure you smash the thumbs up for me on your way in. I appreciate it. So let's get into these trending topics. Of course, guys, we want to touch on Kobe Bryant, his daughter, as well as the other team members and their children and crew and members who lost their lives on the helicopter crash. Let's touch on that. I, of course, did not make a video on my YouTube channel regarding the passing of those people because YouTube was totally inundated with videos about Kobe Bryant. We all saw it. It was tragic and such a loss. So we'll definitely touch on that, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. No disrespect, but people have been killing that story. But of course, it is a trending topic, so I want us to feel free to talk about it. The other thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about this impeachment hearing. Have you all been watching it? What are y'all's thoughts on it? Have you seen any things? What do we think the outcome is going to be? I want us to be able to touch on that, just kind of see what everybody's thoughts are. Also, in other news, the coronavirus. The coronavirus is it's becoming more widespread. What are your thoughts on it? Are you seeing any impacts on it in your areas? Um, you know, do we think this is going to be controlled and you know, handled, or are we worried about it becoming a pandemic? You know what I mean? Um, Next, of course, it's the Super Bowl today, which is why I ended up posting on my community tab that my game night is going to be rescheduled. I'm not going to do it tonight because, of course, we probably wouldn't have much attendance because it's Super Bowl Sunday. So people are going to be at that, but I want to touch on that, see who everybody's going for if you're a football fan and whatnot. And what's not. Y'all excuse me, I'm being silly now. Um, Another thing, there's two things also in celebrity news that I wanted to talk about, see what y'all's thoughts are. Nicki Minaj's brother apparently was sentenced. Do we know about that? What are your thoughts on that? Have you all been following that story? And in other celebrity news, R. Kelly. R. Kelly situation is forever evolving. Um, I heard on Friday that his attorneys were seeking to be able to know who the witnesses are that are. There's new witnesses that are apparently coming forward constantly in his case. However, they're trying to remain anonymous. Now, isn't it the law that you had a right to know who your accused are? What are y'all thoughts on that? So, those are pretty much a whole array of topics that I want to be able to discuss. Y'all take your pick, put your questions in the chat, and let's discuss. Here in the Philippines, we are hard to find. Masks, all the pharmacy stores are out of stock. Wow. Okay, now y'all, Mobile Diaries is actually in the Philippines. So that's probably fairly close, right, Mobile Diaries, to the area where the outbreak originated from. And as you all can see, I don't know. Well, I don't need to bring his comments up onto the screen. Y'all can see it right there in the chat. Mobile Diaries is saying that um, there in the Philippines, it's hard for them to find masks and that pretty much all the stores are out of stock. And that's got to be scary because you need to be able to protect yourself from breathing in the air. Commentary with Latu is saying the Philippines, I think, have 3 confirmed cases. Wow. Oh my God. That is nuts. Wow. Oh my goodness. Y'all better be safe over there, Mobile Diaries. Please stay protected. That is nuts. Y'all, I'm eating while we on here talking. I done made myself some grits and hash, so y'all don't mind me. I'm still here with y'all. I'm participating. And Sonia, good morning. Where's Trigger? Grits and hash. Let's see. I don't consume much meat and like to reserve that for going out, says Miss Full Roller. Okay, so do we need to be concerned about it affecting our meat sources? Am I reading that right? Now, I heard on the news the other day that they thought that it was believed to have come from bat soup. And so, me with my nosy self, I thought, what in the world is bat soup? Surely they're not talking about flying bats that they're making soup with. And when I got to Googling it, these little look like dogs in the face with wings, webbed wings, came up. And they were like sitting in the bowl with soup broth. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but I found that very interesting that people found that fine dining. Commentary with Latu, 3 cases are confirmed. Wow, that is serious. It's a respiratory illness, says commentary with Latu. And thank you for that. Welcome to the portal, Miss Full Roller Sarah. The portal is really cool. He been coming by and visiting, and I've been getting over to his channel visiting. And Sonia says Trigger is having baby food and Similac for breakfast this morning. Oh my goodness. He might be dropping in the chat to get on her, guys. Y'all know how they go. Okay, Mobile Diaries. Guys, I have to go. I haven't got no sleep yet and I need to go to bed. It's already 12:30 a.m. there. Mobile Diaries, good night to you. Get you some rest and definitely stay safe. We appreciate you jumping in and sharing your feedback to the conversation. Be safe out there. Uh-oh, hair triggers up in the building. Hi, Pandi. That psycho keep hiding my phone. Oh my God, I knew it was coming. Oh my God. So you guys that are just joining, this is just pretty much an open chat, and you all are free to share your feedback and input in the chat. We're just talking about the current trending topics that have been trending headlines over the last week. And I threw a few subjects out there for us to discuss and catch up on, see what our thoughts are. Hi, Natural Way of Cody. Welcome to the live stream. Right now, we're just simply doing an open chat and we're just recapping and discussing the trending topics that have been headlines pretty much here in the US and globally. The trending topics that I suggested, however, we can pretty much discuss anything, are, of course, the passing of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other coaches and their children, his daughter's friends, and crew members that lost their lives in that tragic helicopter crash. Good morning, Satin. Thank you so much for being here. You're having cheesy grits and some fruit in a cup. Hey, I'm having some grits and some hash myself and some coffee. We're also going to be discussing, well, these are the topics that I'm suggesting since they were trending headlines. That's all we've been hearing about all week. The current impeachment process. I really want to know what y'all's thoughts are on that. Of course, without us getting too controversial, we don't want nobody zooming in and shutting down a live stream. But let's just talk in general. What are y'all's thoughts? Have y'all been following the story? What do we think is going to come out of that, if anything? So on and so on. We also already touched on the coronavirus. However, feel free to elaborate more or share more in the chat if you feel the need to. I also want to talk about it Super Bowl Sunday. Who y'all going for? Y'all watching? You got a dog in that race. My team didn't make it, but I'm still going to watch the game because it's Super Bowl Sunday, which is why I had to postpone game night for today. Then let's see. And celebrity news, I wanted to also see, have y'all been following the Nicki Minaj brother case? He apparently was recently sentenced. I don't know if y'all are aware, but she has been shelling out a lot of money and helping to fund his case, his legal case, his legal court costs, and things of that nature. He had been accused of raping and molesting, allegedly, his stepdaughter for a number of years. The child was a minor under the age of 18, and he was recently sentenced, which means that a court found him guilty of that crime, and he is now going to serve time for that. It also came out in that court case that this is not anything new. These are not new accusations on this man, and that he had apparently had a history of this type of behavior with other family members. Have you all been following that case? Are you aware of it? Do you know about it? What are your thoughts? And then, in my last person for celebrity news, the ever evolving R. Kelly case. There's always new people coming up out the woodwork talking about their new victims. They're recently coming out, and a lot of times I feel like, oh my God, where are these women coming from? They're coming up out the woodwork, and it's starting to get hard to believe that some of them are even factual. You know what I mean? Like, and I am the last person to say that someone is lying about a sexual assault. um, However, there's some people that have come forward and said that this is a money grab. These women are seeking to jump on the bandwagon and that they're lying. So, ah, ooh, y'all, I'm loving this coffee. So, what are y'all's thoughts? This is a free chat. We just chatting. I'm gonna read y'all's comments and Mhm. Wonderful. Commentary with the two says, just hearing of it now. Okay. Good. Y'all are all greeting one another. We got up about 30 minutes ago. Okay. Miss Fullweller is talking with Scratching Queen. Commentary with Latu says, a source told me the guy who was ready to testify had been compromised. Thank you, Scratching Queen. Wait, what guy? Commentary, did I miss something? What guy who was ready to testify had been compromised? Are you talking about in the R. Kelly case or in the Nicki Minaj's brother's case? Satin says, "Oh well, I'm done with breakfast. The bat suit just." I'm so sorry, Satin. I'm so sorry for that. But y'all, I'ma still eat my food. Oh, I'm sorry if that grossed you out. Oh my God. That would be sick if people are lying about being victims. Just Bambi, I agree. And honestly, of course, that's the narrative that his legal counsel is trying to put out there. I don't want to believe in my heart of hearts that any woman is coming forward and lying and making up a story um, that had never truly been assaulted or in a situation with him. Good morning to the Bella Family Channel. Thank you and welcome to the conversation this morning. Thank you for being here. I think this may be your first time here, so welcome. Just Bambi. What I think may be happening, and this is just as bad. It may be because we all know R. Kelly was out there. He was wild, as we would say back in the 90s. He was a freak. Okay, he was out there doing too much, and I believe that there was probably women out there that were probably younger ladies at the time that he probably did have escapades with, and I believe they may have been consensual. And I believe now that the narrative that is being spent is that they're now coming up out the woodwork trying to jump on the money train to sue him and seek justice and basically put him behind bars. Now, I don't know how much of a money train it is because the way they draining him, I don't think there's any money left. Now, on the other hand, I do believe that there's some truthfulness to a lot of these women's claims, allegedly. However, the man is innocent until proven guilty. The only reason that it really caught my attention this week, because we know that R. Kelly's situation has been going on for so long now, was I heard the clip one morning when I was on my way to work listening to the radio show, the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and they were talking about his attorney was seeking to make the identity of recent accusers known to him. And I thought, well, isn't that the law? I mean, if you're accused of a crime and you're going to trial, don't the accuser or don't the accused have a right to know who their accuser is? Because I was thinking that would be like, okay, I caught your child stealing from out of my car, so I decide I want to press charges. Well, then can they say, well, you don't have a right to know who the person is who stole out of your car? I thought you had a right as the accused to know who was making the accusations against you. So just wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were on that and see if any of you all heard the story or the headlines. Miss Fool Roller says some of it may be a money grab with Kelly, but being from Chicago, it has been known about him and his ways for decades. Miss Fool Roller, I have to agree because I've been watching several documentaries. I've been following the case closely since it first came out. Not with back in the day with the young girls and stuff like that, but since they start trying to go after him recently, I would say within the last 2 to 3 years after the first time he was acquitted. And yeah, it does sound like everybody pretty much in the shy knew what was up with Robert. And you know that infamous interview with Gail King, that didn't help his situation. Commentary with Latu says same thing happened with Bill Cosby. Facts. And who would have thought? And my whole thing is Bill Cosby is old. He is blind. He has to be assisted. I just don't understand why they wait so long to come out with these accusations. And then I often wonder what is the statute of limitations on these things? I don't know. It is men like him that the original Me Too movement started by Tarana Burke for young black girls and women. I agree. Now, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. A lot of this Me Too movement right now, I don't know. Now, I know this wasn't one of my topics, but I feel like it's relevant. What do we feel about the Harvey Weinstein case? What are y'all's thoughts? Because I noticed that his trial recently began too, and I'm curious to see, will he stand up to the same scrutiny as Cosby and R. Kelly? Anonymity only applies to the media and the public. Okay, so he does have a right to know who his accusers are, right? They say they feel like it will be putting them in danger. Go ahead. I got a room full of people. I can't get up and do it right now. You could have been went and did that. My bad, y'all. According to his ex-wife, she isn't getting any money for their children. So I don't know what the money train they're trying to hop on. It's probably more like the broke train. Yeah, with the legal costs and everything, I don't know. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on just a moment. All right, y'all. My bad. My husband wanted to walk and get something out the refrigerator, and he don't want to come on camera. So I had to block the screen. I'm like, you waited until the middle of my little live broadcast to do all that? Anyway, back to what we were saying. Let me bring these comments back up. Bring the comments back up. My apologies. He's sitting here pointing at his hair like y'all gonna be worried about his haircut. Now, what did I miss? Thank you for being here, Primping Ain't Easy, and welcoming everyone in. Interesting thought. Scratching Queen says, which one? Scratching Queen. Miss Florella says, nope, he won't. And I'm saying that nicely because we're on a public forum. Oh, sadly, Miss Full Roller, I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you if we're talking about Weinstein in comparison to the other two that we were just talking about. Talking about sexual assault is just like discussing politics and religion. Yeah, folks can't wrap their heads around the fact that it is and has been happening and don't want to believe it is happening. Mm, yeah. Oh my God, I'm using the sunlight and it's kind of starting to go down. And I'm on my phone, so it looks so narrow. My apologies, guys. I wish I could hear. I don't know, guys. Thank you so much for the feedback too, Miss Full Roller, because you seem to have been following along with most of these trending headlines, just like I have been. And oh, thank you for your feedback and your input to the conversation. Thank you all, actually. It is double and sometimes triple trauma for the victim once because it happened, second because they're not believed, and third their reputation is tarnished and dragged through the mud. Okay, I have to agree with that. The whole process, and then that's why I don't understand when people come out 20, 30 years later. You know what I mean? I don't get it because then you have to rehash all that stuff again. Hmm, I don't know, guys. It is definitely tough. I was watching I tried to watch a little bit of that updated documentary that Lifetime did on the R. Kelly situation. And I didn't watch it in full because as I was watching it, it was starting to look like it was a regurgitation of the first one. Although they did add some additional details to it that I found very interesting. Apparently, they showed the younger brother, not the one that's incarcerated, but the younger brother was being interviewed at the very beginning, and he was mentioning a fella, an older gentleman in their neighborhood, who all the neighborhood kids knew and referred to have a lovely day. I can see you doing that. Okay, my bad. Let me quit. Anyway, they were mentioning a gentleman in the community who all the kids referred to as their uncle. He said the man used to always give all the neighborhood kids candy, and he was like in his 50s, mid 50s to early 60s. He lived in a big house by himself. Well, he said that R. Kelly used to always go over and visit the man, and they never understood why. And then all of a sudden, and this is all allegedly, and this is what I've watched on the Lifetime documentary. Apparently, he started bringing the two brothers with him. As he was telling the story, the man began to tear up, and apparently, they suffered years of sexual abuse and molestation at the hands of this man. Now, I also believe that in that series, they shared that they had told their mother about it. And apparently, the man was charged and convicted and locked up. But he was pretty much trying to allude to the fact that Robert, who he refers to R. Kelly as, had pretty much not been the same since then. And he was very young. I want to say they said he was around 8 years old. So part of me does feel like with him and his situation, all that abuse and stuff, and then they were alleging that there was some incest going on with the sisters and the brothers. I just think that at such a young age, he had all that traumatic sexual innuendo occur. Um, and then to make matters worse, he was very shy and introverted growing up. Then at a young age, he comes into all this celebrity entertainment world and, fame and fortune. And of course, being from Chicago and the type of music that he was singing and what he was surrounded by, it was a newfound way that just tapped into all of those demons. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Good morning, Shirley Cook and Stevens. Welcome to the chat. We're just talking about trending topics that are currently making headlines. Right now, I'm talking about R. Kelly. Now, do I think that any of what I just said is an excuse? Absolutely not. Do I think that any of what I just said justifies him in any of the accusations being made? Heck to the no. I do not, but I'm trying to get a better understanding of why someone would continue on for so many years to do all of the things that he's being accused of doing. And so just wrapping my mind around his whole situation has been a very fascinating story for me because I grew up on R. Kelly. Back in the 90s, he was the man. Those songs are forever etched into our memories. You can remember stuff you did back in the 90s when R. Kelly first hit the scenes. So, it's very fascinating to me to follow this story. I think it's sad for all involved, including him, you know. But I go to say, now that Harvey Weinstein's case has started, will he be judged the same way? Will he be put up under the same scrutiny as a Bill Cosby or R. Kelly? How about that other guy? I forget his name, but he just recently committed suicide. The one where all those girls were coming out talking about being held captive in his Manhattan apartment. He had so much freedom and so many rights, even while incarcerated. Celebrities, all celebrities are nasty. I don't know, commentary. I don't think all celebrities are nasty. I think there definitely are a few that are creeps, but not all. Miss Fullweller says, yes, that is true. Scratching Queen as one of the ways people try to deal with what has happened to them, especially if it happened to them as a child. How do we expect a child to process that? I must have missed what y'all were talking about. Okay, sometimes the abused do become the abuser. Right. I definitely believe that's what happened with him. Ms. Fullweller says not to mention the enabling of the perpetrators as additional trauma. That hurts the worst. Right. Because here you want your children to come forward if something like that happens. But then back in this time, you had children who probably did go forward, and a lot of times they weren't believed. A lot of times you hear the scenario that it was the mama's boyfriend. For example, perfect example, Nicki Minaj's brother. Allegedly, his victim was his stepdaughter. He had been raping and molesting this young lady for years. How does the mama feel about that? And I wonder if she ever went to her mama and told. You know what I'm saying? And did you not believe your daughter? Did you choose the man over her? It's just sad. We hear that story too often. We hear that story entirely too often. Looking at y'all's comments. Miss Shirley, I'm glad you are here. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I need to be trying to eat my food before it get cold, huh? Um, I want to thank you, Scratching Queen and Miss Full Roller, for your transparency and for feeling comfortable enough to share with us your personal story in the chat, and for feeling comfortable enough to know that this is a safe environment. Your story is safe here. Sorry to hear that that happened, and I'm glad to know that you all have overcame and moved forward. Brother Herb, Shirley Cooking Stevens, I can relate. Scratch, Miss Fuller, Scratching Queen, me too, and still dealing with it. Did not fully start to process it until my late 30s. Wow. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I need to start the process of healing, but it's so hard. I'm still seeing a therapist. Wow. Oh my God. She probably did go to her mother who told her she was fast or that she was lying. Yeah. I seen that happen with a family member, and it broke her spirit. It really broke her spirit and her trust because when you're a child, that's who we go to. We go to our parents. If it not be our parents, we go to a grandparent or a auntie or an uncle. And back then, you did hear that a lot. She's fast. She need to keep still. She need to quit dressing like this and that. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Um, I'm so thankful. That was always one of my biggest fears when my children were younger, that something like that would happen. And I'm so thankful to God that it did not. I don't know what I would have done. It would have totally broke me. That would have totally broken my spirit if one of my children would have came to me. And I don't know why I would be talking with friends and they're like, well, you got boys, because for the longest time I had two sons and my daughter came along last. But I'm like, no, all children, these pedophiles don't care. A lot of times they don't distinguish between boy and girl. It doesn't even matter. It's just the fact that it's a child and they're looking to abuse these children. So I definitely know I can honestly say I would not blame my children. I would absolutely believe them because, like I said, I seen it before with a family member in particular that I was really close to growing up. She came to me first before she told an adult. So I know it was true. I know she was, you know, she was hurt, she was embarrassed, she was confused, she blamed herself. It was a mess. So I think by me having that experience, if something would have happened where my children would have came to me with the situation, I would have absolutely believed them. And it's just so sad that, you know, back in the day, which is not too far back in the day, that wasn't the case. Miss Florella says she probably did go to her mother and was told, yep, that she was fast. I agree. All right. That is such a taboo conversation, but it's one that needs to be had. We pretty much talked about the coronavirus, y'all. The reason why that scares me, y'all, because I work in a pharmacy, and not just a retail pharmacy, but a hospital pharmacy. So if someone was to travel to my area that has recently traveled from the area where the illness is originating from, they're going to, of course, seek treatment at a hospital or a trauma center. And then, of course, after they've been quarantined, hopefully and allegedly, they're going to be sent down to the pharmacy. It's going to be the last stop before they go home. So I always worry about that because of what I may be exposed to in my line of work. Miss Full Roller, you are absolutely not hogging the conversation. Um, let me see what you said. I'm sorry, I don't mean to hog the conversation as this is not my intention. I felt like I had to explain a little bit as to why people take so long to come. And your feedback is totally appreciated, especially in this instance, Miss Full Roller. So I hope you don't feel that way. I don't have that thought on you. It is actually like what Primpin is saying. It was very necessary to discuss, especially at this time. That's what we're here for. Um, this is an open chat. You guys are totally free to jump down in the comments and talk back to me. I'm loving it. It's not like I'm just talking to the phone right now. We're actually having an interactive conversation, and your feedback is very much appreciated. Your input has been very helpful in us getting a better understanding of the topics that we're discussing. So don't feel that way at all. Hey, Big Brown Food. What's good, BB Squad? How you doing? I was going to say N95 is effective for Corona. N95. Wait, what is that? What is that commentary? Probably some sort of treatment. Scratching Queen says, "Have you tried oatmeal with yogurt mixed in?" Mm-mm. Nah, Scratching Queen. I can't do that. Now I could mix some fruit up in there, some apples, or some raisins, or some cranberries, and some pecans and walnuts, but not no yogurt. I don't know about that one. Because the yogurt, wouldn't it curd up when it hits the hot? I don't know. That one don't sound right to me. I'm great at work. Just wanted to show up for a few. Then I'm going back to work. Much appreciated, Big Brown. I appreciate you being here. Always pleasure to see you. I'm doing it a little differently today. I'm not in my room at my desk. I am eating breakfast, chopping it up with y'all. So thanks for coming through, brother. I appreciate it. What, Scratching Queen? What you say no to? I thought you said, have I ever ate oatmeal with yogurt? It's good. And I'm like, that don't sound right. No, that don't sound right. Miss Primpin said, Miss Full Roller said it's very necessary to discuss why people take so long to come forward. And many never mention it at all. They actually take it with them to the grave. Exactly, Primpin. And I think that is got to be such a heavy weight and such a heavy burden, one that should definitely not be taken. Oh, thank you, Shirley. I ain't trying to be beautiful right now. I'm literally chilling at the crib. Y'all, for those of you who didn't get a chance to hop into my morning chit chat on Friday, I had shared with you guys that I have finally walked away from that part time job. So, for the last 4 years, I have been working my full time job Monday through Friday, and I had also been working a part time job every other weekend um, for almost 5 years. In May, it would have been 5 years. How in the world I still had the energy to do it is beyond me, but I've always been that way. I'm a workaholic, and I'm trying to learn to redirect my energy more in the direction of building myself up versus building up other stuff for others. So, I'm saying no to you saying the yogurt curd up. Oh, oh my God. But anyway, um, yeah, on Super Bowl Sunday, they had me scheduled to be in there today from 10 to 6. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Y'all, prior to being every other weekend, I used to go in 3 nights a week. I would literally have 30 minutes from the time that I got off from my full time job that I've been at for 8 hours, and I would head straight there and close their pharmacy. So I would have like a 2.5 hour shift, which was totally stupid. So after doing that for about 2 years and working on the weekends a full day every weekend, I said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm 45 years old. My kids are out of school. Um, I'm gonna have to go to every other weekend. If you can't accommodate my request, then that's cool. Let me know, and I'm gonna put in my 2 weeks. So they accommodated me, and I've been doing every other weekend. And hey, Bonner Styles, thank you for hopping in. Appreciate you being here. Just random open chat this morning. We've just been discussing and recapping on current trending headlines. We've been going over that. But right now, I'm just kind of having a little bit of story time sharing with y'all that I finally quit that second job, y'all. And I feel so refreshed. Like, I feel like such a heavy weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Um, I slept till 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. I can't even remember the last Saturday that I've been able to do that. I'm telling you. Today I got up about an hour ago. I would have been scheduled to work today from 10 to 6. I have been missing out on being able to get back to exercising and working out the way that I used to. Being able to spend time with my husband, being able to spend time with my children, although they're out of state. I like to Skype on the phone with my older son and my grandchild. Um, Chop it up with my daughter and my youngest son. So just different things, or if I wanted to just go outside and take a walk around my neighborhood, it's beautiful outside right now. It's sunny outside. I need to clean up my house. I need to do some laundry, just stuff in general. I already work 40 hours a week and I got a pretty nice job. So I come to the conclusion that, I had been saying it. My husband been telling me for the last few years, just go on and let it go. So I finally did. And I'm happy I did because now I have time to actually dedicate to my YouTube channel. I'm usually off most weekends. I work Monday through Friday. I may work a weekend every other month, one weekend every other month. It usually boils down to maybe 4 weekends a year with my full time job. So, and it's not a full weekend, it's a Saturday. So, yes, I feel good about that, guys. I am so happy about it. Now, Satin says, I feel you, Pandy. I think they should put in place some type of quarantines in the pharmacy for prevention. Satin, we do have them in place. We do have them in place. We have all of the preventative measures. However, because I guess I just get nervous because it's something from, it's an international thing, you know what I'm saying? And I treat all patients the same. I don't want to ever make a patient feel uncomfortable when they're dealing with me. I deal with patients from every walk of life. I deal with HIV patients every single day. I deal with patients with, diabetic situations, heart situations. People come in with all kind of things going on. So I treat them all the same. I don't want a person to feel uncomfortable dealing with me. However, it is very, I guess it's just uneasy and a little unsettling because we don't know much about this virus. So, and it seems like more and more cases are popping up in the United States. No, Miss Full Roller, we don't. That's more of the inpatient pharmacy setting where you're in an enclosed clean room, is what we call it, where you're in a sterile area, actually like preparing the drugs, doing like compounded things, making the actual compounded mixture. So, no, I'm not in an inpatient setting, I'm in an outpatient setting. So, an outpatient setting is more like, it's very similar to a retail setting. Say you went into a Rite Aid or a Walgreens or a Walmart. You've got like your regular store and then you've got your pharmacy. I'm in an outpatient setting, so it's very similar to that, except for it's in the hospital. And it's designed for people that come in for, like, say, their day surgeries and they're getting some meds and they're getting sent home with a prescription. Or you're going in for your checkup and they're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and send them over across the hall. You can stop and pick them up on your way out. That's the type of pharmacy setting I work in. So we are dealing with people coming in from the general public. People can come in off the street without a prescription and get like a flu shot or a shingle shot, things of that nature. So you just never know who you're dealing with. Um, I have been wearing the mask because we all rotate. Sometimes I work the register. I wear a mask. I will wear a mask and gloves right now since this outbreak has been happening because it is a respiratory illness. That much we do know. And so I do take those extra precautions. People be laughing at me, my coworkers, but I don't know. It's just scary, and I'm just praying about that situation because when I started researching it and saw that it originated, or allegedly they thought it to come from some type of bat suit, I'm just like, I had never heard of such, you know? Mm, let me see what y'all saying. I got Scratching Queen. It's so great when the children grow up and we don't have to work as hard. Yes. Come on and talk about it, Scratching Queen. Child, all three of mine are grown, working, taking care of them, and be checking in on me to see if I need anything, okay? I'm like, yes, Lord. I am glad Miss Full Roller Time is precious and priceless. Absolutely. Vonna Styles had to do the same, love. I'm 61 and still in therapy because so much happened. Oh my goodness. Miss Shirley, definitely stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Thank you so much for still being here, Vonna Styles. I definitely appreciate it. Appreciate you dropping in too. Well, I know I'm not going to stop going. I've been going for over 20 years. Shirley cooking and chat. Stevens, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And like Scratching Queen said, I hope that the therapy is helping. Yes. Ebola comes from bats too. Ooh. Information man, good morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, sir. We're just having an open chat, guys. I'm loving it. So I think we pretty much have been discussed everything. That was so lovely. Y'all, do y'all like my different format? I wanted to try something new. I wanted to get out of my little, it's my third bedroom back there. I have set up where I have my desktop computer. I am doing well, information man. I'm doing well. I was listening to your podcast last night with the young lady as I was trying to do other things. And I always am tuned in. I love your show. Doing very well. Thank you. But yeah, like I was saying, I no longer work that second job, y'all. So I've got time available. And I really am committed and dedicated to trying to get my channel up and going and rolling. I want to get to my 4K watch time hours. You guys, I'm a little less than halfway there. So since I do have these weekends free to me now, I want to hit my lives a bit more often. Y'all know I usually would come on and do a little quick live in the mornings before I go to work as I stop and settle in at the hospital. But I want to be able to, now I will be able to um, have more open availability on my weekends to come and sit down and talk to you guys about various topics. Now, I will continue to do my content on hair, my natural hair care journey, the wigs that I sometimes use for alternative protective styles, and different things like that. But I definitely want to, you're welcome. You're welcome, information man. I definitely want to come to you guys a bit more. Just being Pandy, just being me in all of my naturalness. Y'all, I don't get dressed up every darn day. I don't put on makeup every darn day. I'm just a real woman, just like the rest of you. And I like to sit down and chop it up just like the rest of you. So I wanted to try a different format. I said, let me go sit at this table and eat my breakfast and have my coffee. And I said, I was watching the news and I was just looking at the current trending topics. And I said, well, I'm gonna see how the people feel about this. Let's sit down and talk about, I picked the few topics that stood out to me, and I wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were on them. The whole Kobe Bryant situation, with him and the rest of those people that lost their lives, such a tragedy. I didn't particularly do a video on that because we saw several videos, and I don't know, I feel a certain way about discussing people like that in depth. Of course, the R. Kelly situation, a ever evolving case with the people constantly coming out. However, it piqued my interest because Harvey Weinstein, are we going to see the same treatment? Are we going to see the same treatment as a Bill Cosby or R. Kelly in that instance? Are we going to see it? Um, the coronavirus, of course, definitely making sure that we are aware of what is going on with that, because we're starting to see more impacts and more effects coming to various communities from people coming into the U.S. from the affected region. So, like I was saying, I get very nervous with it and I'm watching it very closely because I do work in a hospital pharmacy. So, that is the last stop before a person leaves the hospital. They're going to stop at the pharmacy. Also, people that are coming in, a lot of times people come in off the streets um, to get vaccinations. You don't need a prescription for that. So we don't know what their situation is. We don't know if they recently traveled from an affected region. You know, just constantly trying to make sure that I'm taking the precautions necessary and keeping myself aware of whether or not those cases are in my area and making sure that you all are following the story and keeping yourself in the loop of knowing what's going on with that situation because it seems to be slowly picking up What was the other thing that we talked about? Super Bowl Sunday. Who is ready? Do we got any football fans in the chat? Any football fans? Hey, 50 plus. You really can't chat. You're on your cell phone and it's hard to chat on the phone. No problem, 50 plus. Thank you for joining the conversation. We're just chatting. We just chatting, having an open conversation. We're just talking about the trending topics that have currently been like inundating us all week long. Popular trending headlines in the media and just discussing it. It's very much so an open conversation. So if anyone wanted to add any feedback or input or had any questions, please. I'm loving this. We're just talking. Y'all are talking back. I'm loving it. Oh my goodness. Satin says, what I'm not understanding about Kobe is they're trying to bring in Illuminati. Now, I don't even know what that is all about, and I don't think I care to know. Listen to what you know. Facts, Satin. Facts and facts and facts upon facts. I have seen where they're trying to say that, and I'm just like, really? What does that have to do with this? 50 plus speaking information, man. Scratching Queen is sharing there. Information Man says 75,000 people are affected in China, and he's going for the 49ers. That is nuts, Information Man. That is a large number of people. One of my friends that was in the chat earlier, well, one of our friends, Mobile Diaries, he's in the Philippines, and he just confirmed that there are 3 confirmed cases there where he is. He also shared with us that the most of the stores and pharmacies there are completely out of the masks. Turn that down. He said they're completely out of the mask and that it's hard for them to find the safety mask there. So this is nuts. For those of you who also know, I'm currently in South Carolina right now, but I'm sorry, I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. So I still have family in Seattle, Washington. There was a confirmed case there. I had to reach out to my mama and my dad. I still have 2 children. My 2 younger children are in Washington. They moved back. So I had to make sure, they're aware and using proper hand washing procedures, being careful when you go out in the public and just knowing your surroundings because there's confirmed case there. I believe that was the first confirmed case in Washington state, right there in the hospital where 2 of my children were born. It's nuts. And I've been noticing slowly but surely, um, more cases have been popping up in different US cities. So I'm just saying, y'all, keep your eyes on it. And definitely when you're out in public places, use the standard universal safety precautions. Wash your hands. Um, you know, sanitize, keep a hand sanitizer on you. If you do have a cough or cold, mask up. It's protecting you and it's protecting others. Information Man said he's going for the 49ers. I believe he's in Cali. My team ain't in there. Y'all know I'm a diehard Seahawks fan, so I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna spectate. I'm gonna be a spectator which is why there's no game night tonight because I'm going to be watching the game and I'm really going to be watching for the commercials. hmm Scratching Queen says she's not a football fan on the NFL level, but more so on the college level. Commentary says that's the size of a small town there. Woo, that is a lot of people. When you really put it into perspective, that is a lot of people. A lot of people. It's crazy. Now, Information Man, I know you did a cover on this story. I hope he's still in here. Do you do you know if it's true? Because I had read somewhere, and I also heard on the news media outlets that it originated from a bat soup, and I had to Google that because I was like, "What is bat soup?" And that's when I saw the little real deal bat, like it had like a face of a dog in the little ears. It looked like a little dog, but it had webbed wings, and they eat it in like a bowl with soup broth in it, and I guess it was like some considered fine dining cuisine. And I would just think if you're eating something like that, don't bats have rabies? I didn't even know that people could eat bats. But apparently that's an acquired taste there. And I just wondered if that is true that it came from that, or was that just speculation and rumors? I wondered if he heard. I'm gonna have to catch his video. He does very informative videos on those type of things. He may not be here anymore. Let me see. What would y'all say? N95. Oh, I thought it was a vaccine. I thought that's what you were saying too, commentary. That's fine, Scratching Queen. Scratching Queen. Mine was too and very close. So many family members had to get away from them. Yes, that's just terrible. Okay, Satin says, let me go ahead and apologize right now. I'm a huggy kind of person. Love to hug and shake hands. As of right now, no more hugs, no more shaking hands. I'm done, but I still love you. Absolutely, Satin. Now, see, I'm kind of like that with my close family members and friends. I'll hug you when we greet each other. I'll hug you when we separate. But I'm not just hugging everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not shaking just everybody's hands. And sometimes I feel like maybe I'm being rude when people put their hands out to me to shake their hands because I won't shake it. But it's because of what I work with every day and what I see. I just know it's, I don't know. I don't want to do it. Oh man, my food done got cold. Mm. Oh my God. Are you serious, commentary with you? Is that normal? Is that normal for you guys' temperatures to be that high right now? 108 degrees? 108? What is that? You don't like when it's real hot, it's so uncomfortable. Oh my God, you all should consider yourself blessed. This weather is exhausting. Oh my God. I hope there's central air. I hope that you're able to sit into an air conditioned area, Latu, because that's dangerously high. That is dangerously high. In a minute, I get me some more coffee. Mm-mm. Shirley said they eat everything. Well, I guess here in the country, I've heard of people eating all kind of weird stuff I couldn't eat. But man, bats. I don't know. I would just think. I know y'all probably looking at my bowl of food. Y'all, it might look weird because I put my hash on top of my grits, so don't judge me. It's good. Just as a reminder, make sure that you have thumbs up for the fabulous hostess. Turn on that button. Thank you, Miss Full Roller. I appreciate that. And also, oh man, I forgot to say this when there were more people here, but it was brought to my attention, y'all, that the little handshaking emoji in the chats may be considered a form of spam. So I'll be sure to mention it again the next time I go live. But I think a lot of us have probably been using it. But since I'm unclear about it, we won't use it. And of course, it's not necessary right now because no one's doing that right now, but we'll definitely mention it again going forward. I just was reminded about that. I was supposed to mention that. And hold on. What is going on? Why is it so many? Prepping ain't easy. What y'all got going on? Oh, I was just going up there to get them numbers out of there. Miss Fullweather already got it out. I was going to say the numbers too. I don't know if he knows. I don't know if people are aware. You try to be cool. If it ain't one thing, it's a dang on another. Bats are so evil. Just why? Wait a minute. You're not being rude. Absolutely, Scratching Queen. It is also humid there. So wait. Yeah, rainy season. When is rainy season, Latu? And has it always been like, is that the normal temperatures for this time of year? Because that seems unusually hot. Hey, 50 plus, thanks for still hanging in there. I'm about to refill my coffee cup in a minute, y'all, and probably take this into my living room and sit down on the couch. Because I ain't got nothing else to do. Not normally, the two. Do they think any of this has to do with global warming? The unusually high temperatures there? That is miserable. When it gets like the 90s here, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Like, I don't even like to go outside. I will walk through the buildings at work. I would go the complete long way around just to stay in the air conditioning. I ain't doing all that heat. Just the last 3 years? Wow. Mm-hmm. So you personally think it may have something to do with the global warming? You got people like in government who think it's a hoax. But I don't know. I think there's some validity to it. And that was the only topic that we didn't touch on, guys. Why didn't nobody chime in on that? Is that too taboo to discuss? Let me recap because I think we talked about everything else. Um, And we didn't really go into Kobe Bryant. And I think we all agree that maybe that's not really a topic we want to delve into unless you guys want to. Feel free to share. I think we all agree that it was a tragic loss of life and sad. If anything, I want to talk about the facts around it. I think it was such a loss of life to not only Kobe Bryant and his daughter, but to everyone on board that helicopter that day. Um, I think it was his daughter's friends and different team members of hers from her basketball team and their parents, and a couple of coaches as well as the crew. The main thing, because that was a trending topic and headline this week, that I wanted to discuss with it was I heard on the news media outlets that planes had been grounded that day. Even the LAPD helicopters were grounded and were not authorized to fly that day. So, do we think the status, the celebrity status and money made it possible for him to go ahead and have that helicopter take off and leave anyway? And was it, you know, was that a safety issue right there in itself? And I mean, how do we feel about that? And did you all hear that? I heard that, and it's allegedly, of course. Um, and the other topic that we didn't really touch on, we already touched on R. Kelly and his ever evolving case. We touched on Nicki Minaj's brother being sentenced for the rape and molestation of his stepdaughter over the course of a number of years. And again, I'm gonna keep saying with the R. Kelly ever evolving case, it's just very interesting to see the way his case is playing out publicly, the way Bill Cosby's case played out publicly, and now that the Harvey Weinstein case is starting, we don't hear much about it. It's kind of swept up under the rug. Will it stand the same level of scrutiny as those others that I just mentioned? The Super Bowl. Anybody got any big plans for later tonight? What team are you going for? I'm going to be just watching as a spectator because my team is not in there. So I'll just be supporting. And I really want to see the commercials because I'm going to come back talking about the commercials, y'all. And yeah, my other topic was, which it doesn't seem like anybody really touched on, the impeachment process, the hearing that's currently going on in the Senate right now. Have you all been watching it? What are your thoughts? What do we think is going to come out of it? How's it going to play out? Of course, without being politically incorrect and without putting anything that's going to jeopardize the chat or any of us negatively. I want to be able to discuss it. I want to be able to get y'all's thoughts and opinions, and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. What are your thoughts? Because I feel like so much stuff is being denied, withheld, objected to, not allowed. It's been, have y'all been watching the same thing I've been watching? Is it just me? I don't know. Yeah. But you, I know how you feel. I felt it when I lived in Texas and used to drive truck state to state. Mm. Yeah, right now here in South Carolina, it's like 65 and sunny. But then tonight it'll drop down into the 30s. Crimping, scratching clean. I had a store meeting this morning, and that's it. I plan on sleeping because I was up. All Friday night, then worked and slept. Primping ain't easy. Yes, it sounds like you need to get you some rest. Miss Fullweller says, no, I did not hear that. I honestly don't think that if he knew that, he would have put his daughter or the other folks who were on the flight. Right. Now, Miss Fullweller, I considered that as well because I'm like, okay, I can't see Kobe Bryant being who Kobe Bryant was, knowing the flight risk status and still putting himself and his daughter and those other people on that jet. Not a jet, but the helicopter. They were going on what was it, like a short 15-minute flight somewhere that it probably would have took them about 45 minutes to drive to, if that. So I think that, and I can't think, but the question that comes up in my mind is, did the pilot know the risk? Did the pilot make a decision to go ahead and take off anyway with those people on board? Just crazy. Miss Full Roller Sarah, I was thinking if you're anything like me, the answer is no. Mm-hmm. Get you some rest. Primping, said Scratching Queen. Yes, we sisters from another mama. Scratching Queen says, I don't think anyone would willingly put themselves at risk, so I agree with you, Miss Full Roller. Right? I don't think he knew. But I'm assuming if the police department's pilots in planes, or not planes, but helicopters were grounded, and other flights had not been cleared for takeoff, wouldn't one be safe to assume that his personal pilot knew? And why would he still take the risk and jeopardize those people? Mm, mm, mm. You know how I get in chats when I work continuously without sleep. Delirious. Oh my gosh. Y'all is avoiding me on this darn impeachment conversation, ain't you? Mm, mm, mm. I guess y'all don't want to talk about that. Miss Florella says, I heard the reason he used helicopters was because of his prior injuries. Long car rides were painful for him and also make sure he could balance work and spend time with family. Okay. Okay. Well, I hadn't heard that part, Miss Florella, but now that you add that to the mix, I get it. And I get the whole total taking the helicopter thing because coming from Washington State and California is connected by Interstate 5. I know the traffic situation. We used to travel to Cali all the time. So traffic is bad there. So if you're a celebrity and you've got a private jet or a helicopter, it totally makes sense to travel by jet or helicopter. Okay. Commentary says, I'm scared it's like the one whose name we don't speak of. Yes, peach cobbler. Now I'll talk about that kind of peach. Yeah, I get it too. I get it. I see, I don't know. I'm kind of scared to talk about it too, y'all. But I hate feeling like we got to be in prison and we can't, so what? We can't speak our mind? We can't address this situation? We know we know how we all feel about it. So why can't we talk about it? We don't have to use the words. We don't have to put the words impeachment in there. We don't have to talk about him by name. But I get it. If you guys agree it's in my best interest for my channel to not have that conversation, then I'll bend and I'll go along to get along. Satin, I think the same, Pandy. I think the pilot kind of got in his head, and with the flying experience, as they report, he knew what he could do as an experienced pilot, is what was the pilot's head. Yeah, I just often wonder. I mean, that whole situation could have played out differently. Thank you. Thank you, Scratching Queen, for getting that word. And 50 plus agreeing with you, Miss Full Roller. Yeah, so we probably do need to stay away from it. But I'm going on record. Y'all know I got my good eye on that situation. You do have to be careful what you talk about, especially on here, especially if your internet is monetized. Right. Now, I'm aware of that. Isn't it a shame, though? We can't even have a conversation about something that affects our daily lives because of this being a public platform and the fact that I am trying to eventually get monetized. It's just crazy. But you're right. We have to be careful what we talk about. It's just sad all the way around. Right, Shirley? You love to fly, but you don't like helicopters. Listen, oh my God, 50 plus. Every time, okay, we're in South Carolina. Every time me and my husband go visit Cherokee, which is a certain area in North Carolina, it's maybe about a 5 hour drive from here. They have beautiful resort there, a big casino, mountains. It's very pretty. Me and my husband will go up there maybe once or twice a year, just as a little day trip. And we usually stay the weekend when we go. But just as you get off the freeway, there is this helicopter sitting up on this like little mound. It's a mountain city. And it says $20 helicopter rides. And my husband is always like, come on, let's go, let's go. I'm like, you crazy as I almost cursed. But I'm like, heck to the no. Okay, I first of all, you ain't charging nothing but $20. Mm-mm. And for one, I done seen many helicopters lift up off the ground. They look like they blowing sideways in the wind. I ain't getting on that, especially not for no $20. They make you sign all kind of release forms and things to go take what a 20-minute flight over all these mountains. That part of North Carolina is nothing but Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains. You think I'm finna throw them people $20 to go possibly fly into the side of one of them mountains? Mm-mm. I told him, you go right ahead. I'll be waiting here when you come back. You couldn't pay me. Now I've flown many a times. Man, not many a times. I've probably flown maybe 10 times or so in my lifetime. We used to travel to Vegas quite frequently. Um, and of course from Washington to South Carolina. So I've flown. Now I was initially nervous about that. I didn't think I would ever get on a plane, but after a while you get used to it. But it's always scary when you're about to take off and when you're about to land. But I dang sure ain't getting on nobody's helicopter. I don't care if it's a private helicopter, nothing. Yeah, the Bush people. You right. Y'all are right. I'm going to take y'all's advice. I'm not going to push the issue. I ain't going to talk about it. Y'all ain't got to talk about it in the chat. I could talk about it on here. I ain't mentioning no names. I just ask how y'all feel about it. What are our thoughts? But the majority of you guys are informing me that we do need to be careful. So we're going to just steer clear of that situation altogether. Y'all are right. I agree. Y'all are right. Miss Florella says, I was offered the chance to ride on a helicopter when I was on a training exercise in California. I said the exact same thing you did. Okay. H to the no, no, no. Okay. All right. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. No, ma'am. Mm. Well, what is everyone going to do today? What's the rest of your day looking like? Any plans aside from the Super Bowl? Really, Scratching Queen? I say pray up before you take off. Speaking of that, we got until October to get a new ID. I have to renew my ID in October anyway, so I need to get the new ID because if you don't have that, you ain't flying nowhere. Your first experience on a helicopter was the one with no doors. Ooh, that was your first and your last. What's that? Was you in the military? Ain't that the only helicopters like that? I dang sure wouldn't have got on that. I don't know yet, commentary. I don't know who the halftime. Literally, I don't really follow the Super Bowl when my team is not in there. I'm not a huge 49ers fan, and I think who are they playing? I think they're playing Kansas City. I think. So I don't know. I'm gonna basically be watching for the halftime show and the commercials. Mm. Afghanistan extraction operation. What was that? Now you see why I said. Okay, listen. Mm-mm. So y'all had to jump out? Did y'all have to jump out? I couldn't do it. Ain't no way. Not I. Woo. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Your legs and everything hanging out? Oh, no, no, no. Nope. Not literally hanging out, but the force of the wind be done swept you out? No. Mm-mm. And then that whole just blowing sideways, like the way they take off is very weird. It's very weird. I don't even know why my husband brings that up because he knows it irritates my soul. Thanks to God, the sun just set. So, not the EKG. Latu, please drink you a lot of water. Please, please drink you a lot of water. Please get you plenty of rest. And please cool off. No, not military, kind of, sorta. A romantic ride around the city. Okay, I know that's right. But see, I don't know about that part, but I get it. The helicopter was not romantic. Oh, no, the person I was with not romantic. So the answer, he tried. He tried. Information man, please. Yes. Rest. Yes. Yes. He must be speaking a commentary. Yes, commentary. Oh my gosh. That is too hot. That is too hot. Well, you guys, I want to thank you guys for being here with me as long as you have been here today. I appreciate it. This has been so fun. What y'all about to get into? Hey, the indoor outdoor gardener, how you doing today, sis? Thank you for being here. Wash your hands, people. Keep your hands washed. Eat proper. Take care of yourself. Exercise and stay strong. Absolutely. What Information Man said, y'all. I forget what I was asking you. Information Man, maybe you had stepped away. I was asking you because I know you covered the story on your channel about the coronavirus. Did you discover in any of your research if it was connected to a bat soup originating out of that city over there in China, I believe it was? Because that was what I was hearing here on the news, and I just wasn't for sure of how accurate that was or if that was just a rumor. Time flies when you're having fun. It absolutely does, Scratch and Queen. I've enjoyed talking with you guys today. Looking at your comments. Y'all just greeting the indoor outdoor gardener. May be out again. He may be out again, y'all. But yeah, y'all, look, we done been on here for a long time. I'ma hang for a little bit long. Don't forget, bat soup is the best in pressure. Latu, Latu, have you ever eaten that? Have a nice Super Bowl. Thank you. You do the same. Please tell me that you have not eaten that. Please tell me that you have not eaten that, Latu. That thing looks crazy scary. Have y'all seen it? Miss Full Roller said, I'm going to pass on that. Who are you telling? Oh my gosh. Mm. They're saying that it's a combination of bats and snakes virus. Okay. Information Man says they're saying that it is a combination of bats and snakes virus that has somehow got into humans, maybe through humans consuming bats. Mm, it's wow. Commentary, I'd be dead if I did. Okay, thank you, Jesus. I thought you were saying that you eaten it and that it's best cooked that way, but you were just joking, I guess. A great Smokey Robinson tune. Time flies when you're having fun. Nice song, guys. Check it out. It surely is. There's also a laboratory in China, biowarfare. They've been dealing in biological weapons in China in their laboratories, and some think the laboratory is a part of this. Hmm. Wow. Now I hadn't heard that piece. Allegedly, huh? Allegedly, of course, guys. That is very interesting. That's why I say I'm gonna definitely go back and look at Information Man's coverage on the story because he does get into detail with it, and of course, see what they've got going on over there. Because you just can't believe everything you see on the news. When I saw that bat in the bowl, like with the face looking face up with those webbed wings, I was just like, is this for real? Mm, mm, mm. Crazy. I mean, and they said it was like a fine dining cuisine. Mm, I couldn't do it. That sounds nice. Yeah, don't eat stuff like that. Oof, heck no. Mm-mm. I can't do it. I'm telling y'all. Listen, I'm a fluffy girl and I like to eat, but Yeah, I ain't eat nobody's bats and nobody's snakes, honey. It ain't happening. It ain't happening at all. Wow. My whole thing is if they're saying that if that's a possible start from the snakes and bats and humans consuming it, that it's also linked to a respiratory illness, or those are what the signs and symptoms, how then is it being passed from human to human? Is it airborne? Is it from the coughing and the sneezing and, like those common cold features? How is it being transmitted? Are we hearing more information on that? That's what I need to research for myself. Because, like I said, being that I work around sick people that are trying to get better, I'm the last stop before heading home, which is the pharmacy. I want to make sure I know what I need to watch out for. Of course, we take extra precautions every day, but we just really need to know. We need to make sure we're keeping ourselves aware of what to do and what to look for. Commentary, I agree. He says, thank you, information man. That is the awareness we need. Absolutely. Scratching Queen saying, right, indoor, outdoor. Miss Fullweller says, yes, different cultures eat different things or eat things in different ways. Commentary with Latu is saying, cough, yes, it's like TB, tuberculosis. It's a combination of SARS and another disease. Really? And Satin says, yes, they say it's like a flu symptom. And see, that's the scary part. That's the scary part because right now, we're like in the peak of flu season from a pharmacy standpoint. And you see people coming in and they're picking up their Tamiflu prescriptions. I automatically go into red alert zone because I'm just like, oh my God, come on, y'all, sanitize, get the wipes, wipe everything down, wipe the keypads down, wipe the countertops down, get your gloves on, get your mask. And it's like you can't take enough precaution. Then, even after all that, you got to constantly wash your hands with soap and water, for the appropriate amount of time in order to kill any topical bacteria that may be sitting on your hands. And it's like when I get off work, I think I immediately want to come in and take my scrubs off because you don't know what's there. You don't know what done got on it. You don't want to cross contaminate anything in your home. But I enjoy what I do. I love it. It's very rewarding. It's very fulfilling. I love when I'm able to help people with finding cost saving coupons that can help offset the costs that are sometimes making their life saving drugs out of reach for them because the costs are totally outrageous. Um, I love helping people in that sense. But again, because this is an open chat and we're just discussing the different topics that are currently trending, this is good conversation. Good conversation. Miss Fullroller said, that's why you must be sure to get your rest and eat nutrient dense foods to help the immune system to be strong. A weakened immune system due to stress, lack of nutrients, etc., makes one vulnerable. Scratching Queen says, my brother was told yesterday that he has the flu. I hope it isn't anything else. Oh, yeah, absolutely. In commentary, what Latu said, good question, Pandi. Why humans are susceptible, don't know, but it's just mainly pneumonia. Miss Fullweller says, oh, now, Scratching Queen, I hope that is all it is. Although the flu is just is dangerous, if not taken care of properly. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Indoor outdoor gardener says they are running out of masks. My husband told me that the airports in China have these machines that can detect the body temp and they pull aside folks that have a high temp. Wow. Someone else was in here earlier, indoor outdoor, from the Philippines, and he said that same thing, not about the airport, but about the stores and pharmacies there having no masks on the shelves. Information Man says it's a called it's a called covert laboratory. The State Department in the U.S. is aware, and British intelligence in China, they've been playing around with biological weapons. Wow, that sounds dangerous. That sounds very dangerous. And you think it could possibly have led to this outbreak? Wow, that's nuts. How did they miss the folks that came back here, the indoor outdoor gardener? Correct. Like I said, that first known and reported case, I believe, was in Washington State, which is where my people are. That's where I was born and raised. So I tell my family that still resides there to please be careful. Um, Commentary with the two definitely sounds lab produced to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of feeling like it could be possibly, because that whole bat and snake thing, just hard for me to wrap my mind around believing that one. But I mean, I don't know. N95 is the only mask you need. It's the worst, can hardly breathe. Okay, that's a particular mask. And Information Man says if you guys want to read the article about the biological weapons in China, look at the Washington Times. Coronavirus may have originated in lab linked to China's bioware warfare programs, is the title. There you go. There you go. I copied all that info, man. I love conspiracy in air quotes. Scratching Queen says, yes, indeed, Miss Full Brother Sarah. Commentary with the two, yes, that it is rough, but the heat would make the issue go around faster. Ooh, yeah. So far, there in your region, commentary with the two, you guys haven't had any known cases, right? Anyone being affected or diagnosed with this outbreak? Absolutely. Thank you guys all for your participation and feedback in the conversation. It has been very helpful, and I enjoy talking to you, and I enjoy all the information that you guys share and all the feedback and input that you're giving. It's definitely making the conversation go along. It's flowing nicely, and I love the information. I'm absorbing it all. Scratching Queen, tell him to look out for symptoms like diarrhea, chest pains, difficulty breathing, fever, and coughs, which are all standard um, symptoms, though, of the flu commentary. So, I would think that it's possible to be misdiagnosed because those are standard flu-like symptoms. You are so welcome, Information Man, and thank you for your contribution to the conversation. You've been very helpful and bringing about awareness in the situation. So thank you for participating. Commentary with Latu says, oh, there has been suspected cases. Wow. Just waiting around for it to be confirmed. Not the best researchers we have here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Please be careful, commentary. Miss Furwella said, thank you for that 411 information, man. I think that information from China isn't honest. I believe the death toll is much indoor outdoor gardener. Really, y'all? Yeah, he do always have the tea. And he gonna research it. He gonna look up the sources and he gonna break it down for you. That's why I love his show. I love his channel and content. I mean, you definitely get informed when you leave there. Oh my gosh. Mm. Y'all, I feel like I'm taking up y'all's day now. Scratching Queen says, I will at commentary with Latu. He said it just started with a cough and then got worse the next day. Hopefully he went in and got seen Scratching Queen and got him some Tamiflu and is resting and staying hydrated. And y'all, please keep an eye on it and watch for any drastic changes in them symptoms. And please get back to seek medical attention, especially with this outbreak going around, because I think, I believe, I thought they were like grounding the people from leaving that region or that area of China. I'm sure they probably can't ground all the flights, but it sounds like they're taking extra precaution at the airports too, as far as letting those people back in that are coming through with like the high temperatures or whatever. But how well is that screening gonna, how effective is that? Are they gonna be able to screen every single person traveling in from that region? I don't know. Okay, thank you, Indoor Outdoor. Came in to give me some support. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to get ready to bring it to a close, you guys. I have really enjoyed this conversation with you guys on this Sunday afternoon. I feel like it has given me an opportunity to get to know y'all that much more better. And I hope you all feel the same way. I hope you all feel that you've gotten a chance to get to know me. See me in my natural element. I'm at home. I'm just chilling on a Sunday. And we're just talking, we're just chopping it up, talking about things that are pressing and currently trending and on our hearts and minds, and just giving our opinions and our feedback in our own way, offering up our perspectives. And I have truly enjoyed it. I'm thanking all of you guys in advance um, for being here. I appreciate your contribution to the conversation. This has been really, really enlightening. I really had a good day. Um, I am going to get ready to get off though, because I do have some other things I need to do so I can get ready for my work week coming forward. Um, you all continue to be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy this Super Bowl. Look at my guy. Look at Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks quarterback, guys. I'm a true 206 girl. I'm a Seattle girl, y'all. um, but yes, y'all, thank you. I need to untwist my hair. I need to do all kind of stuff. I need to do all kind of stuff. So we have been here. It has been fun, right, commentary? You stay hydrated. You all enjoy the rest of your day. We're gonna get ready for this Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Um, and I will see you guys a little later. I don't think that I'll be back on live, but you never know. I do now plan on coming back on the weekends. Now that I have that time opening available to me, it'll be more of a vlog style type of conversation or a sit down at home conversation or whatever the topic may be. I'll be doing that. I'll probably get ready to do a little quick upload since I never shared with you guys the things that I picked up that day when I went to Ulta Beauty. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it to a close. I have held y'all and I'm tired now. I need to wash these dishes. I need to get me another cup of coffee and get going around this house. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Pandi of Pandi's Hair Candy and More. I appreciate y'all so much for being here and kicking it with me on today and just sharing and joining in the conversation. I really enjoyed it. Oh, good, Scratchy Queenie went to the doctor. Good, wonderful. Well, y'all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your. Did I say Saturday? It is Sunday all day. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I think I might need to take me another nap. Bye, Satin. See you later, Scratching Queen. Miss Full Roller Commentary with the two. Primping ain't easy. Information Man. Miss Full Roller. Sarah. Thank you guys all so much for being here and participating in the conversation. It's been wonderful. The indoor outdoor gardener. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I appreciate you guys. This has been really fun and really informative. And I thank y'all for hanging out with me. 50 plus. Yeah. Shirley Cooking and Chatting Stevens. That was just wonderful. I appreciate y'all. Vonna Styles. Thank you guys all so much. If I missed you all, it was not intentionally. I don't want to just go all the way back up. And Sonia, Hair Trigger. Um, there was someone else that was new. Bella Family Channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel and spending some of your Sunday afternoon with me. Um, you could have been many other places, but you chose to hang out here, and I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Until next time, you all be blessed. Have a good day. Enjoy the big game, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.